Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, good morning.
Welcome back to Real Talk with SLR.
How are you guys doing today?
Well, guys, today is going to be another very busy day out here for me and Gary.
Yes.
We got a lot of work we got to do up there.
Yep.
Up there, right, babe?
Up there.
Up there.
I'll be up in the rafters messing around. I'm going to have you hand me stuff because yesterday she sort of tweaked her back.
I did. Unfortunately, it sucks. I got a back brace on today.
Yep.
Which is helping, for me to be a little bit more mobile. But yesterday, at the end of the day, I was like, where's my cane? It hurt so bad.
Yep.
So what happened was, is we were moving the scaffolding. We had scaffolding outside in the front, like on the patio, the slab. Because the day before that, we were working on the front area, doing all the sheathing and everything. You guys are going to see that video coming out tomorrow.
Yes.
So you guys will know exactly what we're talking about. But we had scaffolding over there to do that job, and we needed to move the scaffolding from the front of the building all the way back over here into the building so we could start working on the trusses and whatnot. Well, make a really long story short, you guys know we got all these rocks and stuff, and Gary was taking the lead and I was taking the caboose of the scaffolding. And, he can't see me. It's not like he did it intentionally, and it's not even your fault. It's just one of those things, crap happens. But he was walking with it like this in front, so he wasn't even looking at me. And he's a lot taller than me, and he was just going for it, walking right. And he was like dragging me. I'm like behind, holding it. I'm like, I'm getting dragged up this hill. And it just pulled. I couldn't hold it. It was really funky. Yeah. And it pulled the thing in my back just the right way to tweak it to where I immediately threw it down. I put it down. I was like, I felt it immediately. Yeah. And I knew I did something to it, and it is what it is. But then as soon as we got the scaffolding up and into the building, the delivery driver came and dropped off our order for all of those 2x4s and stuff that we need. So then I had to push through and unload all of those 2x4s. It was a pallet of wood. And and then we got that done. And then by the end of that, I already knew I was in trouble. Yeah. But we kept going. We did get some of the extra bracing done over in Julia's area. We got some of the hurricane straps in there. But having to sit on top of the wood and kind of like bob your head up and down and push and pull and everything, it was killing me. So we did not work. Get out of here. We didn't work as much as we would have hoped to, and it was my fault. It's all my fault.
No, we did a lot yesterday.
It was a lot.
Getting that unloaded, the whole pallet of 2x4s, that in itself was definitely a good,
it was a good workout.
And it was a lot right there. And then, like I said, getting that scaffolding up here.
That was a mission.
That was a mission. But it is what it is. We got it up here.
Yeah, we got it up here. And we did get some done. We got some hurricane straps done, and we got some extra bracing and stuff put in there. Yep. It's just a really big job. Every single one of these trusses above us, they got to be 16 on center throughout, from this expansion to that expansion, and every 2 feet Gary is measuring, because every 2 feet, that's where a 2x4 goes to help brace it and keep it from any kind of movement going on.
Any racking or anything else like that.
Yeah, it gives it some extra strength to it. Gary, and this is the right way to do it, but if it's 1/8 of an inch off, then we're pushing and pulling and
tweaking that board this way and that way to try to get it to where it needs to be. And
that's the right way to do it, but it just takes a long time. Yeah. So we've got basically Julia's room situated for the most part. We're going to have to that's pretty much all we got done yesterday was just that little corner of the cabin. We're going to start working again, going from that part of the cabin all the way down to, this part as much as we possibly can. We are expecting rain today, and it's misty in the air at the moment.
Already. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. It's getting later by the day, minute by minute. Yeah. So we really need to get up there and get going on it. But we wanted to take this time to talk to you guys, have a good morning with you.
Yeah.
And show you guys a little bit of what we've been doing too. Give you guys a little sneak peek.
All right, well, I'll be the camera lady. Today, what we're gonna do, because of my back and I can't be climbing up and down, I'm gonna probably stay on, I'll be ground team.
Your ground team, you're gonna stay right here.
And then I will come up if you need me to pull or something, or if you have it and it's like one of those ones where you have to move it quite a bit more, and you need me to pop it in, I'll climb up to pop it in here and there, but I'm gonna try to stay ground team.
I'm gonna try to keep you on the ground. I've got a C-clamp. I can hold the board myself up there. I need you to hand me the boards up there though.
I can do that, and I can bring them from the pallet down there up here.
Well, I was gonna throw up a couple of pallets, so you're not having to walk up and down right here.
Okay.
Throw up a couple, so that way you're just here.
Whatever you want.
You're not having to go up and down ladders or anything else.
I'm weak.
I'll grab a chair from down there so you can sit. All right.
Yeah, I'll be good moral support, and I'll be working the DSLR, getting those good shots for you guys.
You're gonna be the gopher. Okay.
I'm a squirrel.
I know.
I'll be the squirrel.
You'll be the squirrel.
All right.
You're gonna still go for this and go for that.
Oh, I know, and I can't sit for too long because then it really locks up.
No, I know,
but so that's why I gotta stand and I gotta move. Yes. I can't just sit there.
No, but I'm gonna bring you up a chair anyway because when it gets to that point where you're in pain, sit down.
Yeah.
Relax. Take those shots from that chair while I'm up in the rafters.
If I can.
And then it's gonna start downpouring, and I might even grab the umbrella for you so you can sit there. See me just sitting there drenched, working things.
Oh, you're such a good man. You're such a good man. I love you too. We've got a lot to do today, friends, so we're going to try to get Gary showing you guys some of the stuff that we're talking about, bring you guys in a little bit closer. This won't be on the next video because the next video is going to be more sheathing. We already got that recorded and uploaded. You'll see that tomorrow on Simple Life Reclaimed. But what we're working on right now is some footage that you guys are going to be seeing early next week. So super sneak peek on some background footage. You guys ready to go check it out? Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right. Let me switch this camera around. I'm on my phone today, friends.
All right, so come in here. Mm-hmm. You can see we got some hurricane straps in.
Yay, hurricane straps.
I didn't want to go all crazy on those until I got most of the majority of them going. So I started putting in my bracing right here, trying to get this fully off this corner because this corner, each end cap corner is going to be the biggest barrier for any wind and any shear strength, and any racking or anything is going to happen on the corners. All right, so I'm really making sure that this is good before I continue going this way, and that way everything starts squaring up perfectly where it needs to be. We are having to move the inner bottoms this way a little, which is making it a little bit tedious, but that's just how it goes.
Yeah,
it's pretty close.
That's just how it goes for everyone. When you got a crew of people up there doing it, they just make it look a lot easier because there's a bunch of them doing it at once. But this is something that has to be done regardless.
Mm-hmm. And it's happening. So it's coming together really nice. I'm happy about it. We should be able to start getting this thing nice and braced in. But as you can see on the top, so I'll explain this a little bit on this one too. Real talk, all right?
Real talk, real talk.
So you can see this 2x4 on the underneath top cord, right? Now that, if you're doing just straight metal roof on top, right, you can go on the top side doing that, and that will make it to where that top cord is 16 on center all the way through. And the object is to have that roof truss completely, parallel and good and plumb and 100% like this, because the second it's off this way, you have more of a chance for it to continue that way. So you want to make sure that everything's this way. And the only way to do that is to brace it correctly. And if you're having a huge snow load and everything else, this is where you want to make sure that that's 2 foot all the way through. I could put another one down there, which I might end up putting one in there right in the middle. But I want to wait on that until that's like the last one, all right? Because I can be in the scaffolding right here doing it, And the more I do that, the less I can poke my head up. So I went up a little bit right there, just started off with the side bracing, I'm going to continue that all the way up. And then we have to go through the bottom cord, and they say it's roughly about every 4 feet for the bottom cord. I'll probably end up coming back through and doing it probably about every 3 feet. And yeah, it's just how it is. And the top side's the more important of making sure it's stout, because if it's not stout and it's not braced all correctly, then you get those weird dimples and yeah, it starts going S-shaped. It's weird. There's actually a YouTube video of a dude doing it with like little toothpicks, it looks like. He made a huge rafter set and he did it correctly, and then he set a 40-pound weight on top of it and it held it perfectly. And then the ones that weren't braced correctly, he put it on it and went, like, he's like, I can't let go over it or else I'm going to destroy the project. But you see all those things going all S-shaped and all weird. I'm like, yeah, I'm bracing every single one of those things that way, because no. So
you like that little science experiment, eh?
I did. It really explained what it was, and I was like, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
This is a long stretch, and what it is, all the inner walls are not weight bearing. So the only weight bearing side that's taking the brunt are these outer edge.
Hence
So,
all the additional 2x6s.
correct. And yeah, I went a little crazy. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. You're making a really strong house. I appreciate it.
So this guy is stout. It's going everywhere. I did get the hurricane strap in the gable end. And yeah, we're just going to continue on this, going all the way through. Hopefully we can finish off this bracing all the way through to where now we're in a line to where we just keep on going that way.
Yeah.
You know, and it'll make it a lot easier and nicer working forward. So this is the tedious part. It's all these diagonal braces too that help that shear strength, which I'm going to go through and actually make it an X diagonal brace to where if it hits the bottom, it pushes the top, right? So it's doing this number, not this number. And then I'm going to go the other way to where if it hits the top, that's going. So it's really that way. Engineering's fun. And it's interesting on how it is. And then I know a lot of you guys were saying, hey, these are supposed to go the other way, right? It's tomato, tomato. All right, that's a huge debate with construction aspects to it. But I know me personally, engineering wise, if you have a sheet this way and that way, and they're butted up that way, you have more strength in this 8-foot section because it's a 4-foot and 4-foot that way, right? But it's not, it's 8-foot that way and 8-foot that way, to where it's really ties it in.
Like the blocks.
Like the blocks, exactly. It's just like how this OSB is created, right? It's all overlaying and locked in that way. If it's like this, you have more chance of one failing, right? You're only working at 4-foot instead of 8-foot. So
yeah, it makes
that's the
sense
way
to
I
me.
look at it.
No, it makes sense to me. You're really
So,
smart.
I don't know. I mean, you tomato, tomato, like I said, you go the other way and then you don't have this. But the biggest thing is, right, that's the window. All the big openings are where the windows are, right?
Well,
and
we
you use
gotta-
the tape.
Yeah, and you got to cut that part out anyway.
I got to cut that part out anyway, exactly. So
Yeah.
once I tape that, it's perfect. You got a little gap, which is perfect for the actual contraction, or the, you know,
Yeah, you were right. Contraction.
contraction or whatever, the heating and
Expanding.
and everything else that wood does. But that will keep it right there to where it's not going to ever butt together and then buckle. We couldn't do that on the floor. I wanted to, but it saved our house like no tomorrow that we did it this way. We're going to have to actually shear some of these spots, but it's all right. That's real talk. But yeah, I'm really happy. We're going to get a lot done. We already got a couple of woods or pieces of 2x4 up there. So it's just going to be a lot of up in there. And
Up there?
Up in there, yeah.
Up there.
Up there. Up there. It's up there. No. But yeah, it's coming together really nice. I'm really happy about it.
Today's going to be a good day.
Today's going to be a great day.
So we are going to be very busy today trying to get as much of this done as humanly possible before the rain comes.
Yes.
The rain was supposed to be the other day, and then got moved back, and then it got moved closer. So we don't really know. We're just kind of,
It might not even rain today.
we're going to go like this.
It's calling for a 50% chance after 3.
Yeah.
So
we have a pretty good amount of time to work today before then.
yeah.
We just might have to call our day a little earlier than normal. Usually we wouldn't stop until about 5 or so that way I can go make dinner and, you know, domestics.
But it's not too bad, not too crazy. It is a little breezy, which is going to make it perfect because it's going to be like 79 today.
Yeah, it's actually warm. It's pretty warm today, considering. I mean, we've been bundled up and cold, and today it's actually very nice.
Very tolerable.
Very nice outside. It's not as humid as it was yesterday either.
No, thankfully.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Well, friends, we have a lot of work we got to get to. I just wanted to pop in and tell y'all we're thinking about you. And we love you, and keep rooting for us because we really appreciate it, friends.
Yes.
We're going to do our best to get as much done as humanly possible, one day at a time. As soon as all of this bracing and hurricane straps and all that stuff are on, then we can put the sheathing up on the roof.
Yes.
I think Gary has a plan for us to finish the walls and like the gable ends and stuff first before we do the roofing.
Correct.
But we're getting there, one step at a time, and this has to be done before we can do anything with the roof.
Correct.
So.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm
learning.
I'm learning.
It's getting there slowly but surely. You know, I wish we were feeling 100%. This week's been a lot of, you know.
Well, we kind of got a cold, right?
Yeah.
And I think it has to do, you know, with us working so hard, and then the meetup being around a bunch of different people. We're not really around that many people. All great people, wonderful people. No problems with that. Very thankful for it.
Yeah.
But the allergies, the meetup, putting in so much work with doing the trusses and everything, we just plumb wore ourselves out, and it made us weaker.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's totally true.
That's
100%.
And we can only do what we can do, but we're happy with the progress. I don't think that there's going to be any damage. We got people screaming at us in the comments, you better hurry up and get that done or else you're going to have all that wasted work. Calm down. It's not going to be that bad. We're going to be all right. Be all right.
It's not that bad. When we did the floor trusses, man, holy crap.
Yeah, we had a ton of rain then too.
We had a ton of rain.
We had the same comments then.
Yeah. And it all worked out. It's just day by day. We're not trying to leave it out there. Yes, we know the more it's exposed, the more things can happen, but hence why we overbrace like no tomorrow.
That's why we're going above and beyond.
Correct. If there's one thing that will fail, there's a backup to the backup.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes. Friends, we love you guys. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with us today on Real Talk. We will be back with another one for you guys tomorrow.
Yes.
Hanging out with y'all. Maybe we'll have an update on the progress that we got done today. Hopefully it's not a rainy day. I don't know. We'll see. Whatever gets thrown at us, we're gonna swing bada swing.
Swing.
Yeah, so we're gonna get to it. Want to say thank you guys again so much for watching Real Talk with SLR. New video on Simple Life Reclaimed coming for you tomorrow, and all of this madness that we're getting done this week, you guys are gonna see early next week. So until tomorrow for Real Talk, friends, we love y'all and we hope you have a good one.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Later.